Whenever have you had another food that was mashed and was still good? Have you ever had mashed chicken? No, because it's not good. Mashed potatoes, they're good.
I don't know, though. Mashed chicken might be. Depends on when and how it was mashed. Because, mashed by my teeth is still tasty.
When the forecast, when the weatherman said there was going to be a lot of rain, I did not expect this.
I'm doing pretty good, but the weather is something that is not my friend because I'm not a fan of winter, and there's been a lot of rain and snow and everything in between.
Oh, you and me both, buddy. I know a lot of people out there who they're like, I like winter, and they're like, you know what, you can have. It's like, I'm not disagreeing. I'm glad that you like a thing, but you can have mine too. I don't
right.
Yeah, I'm already finished with it. Oh, hey, we got some land coming already.
We appear to be heading directly for an island.
Well, you know what we could do? We could just move on to this island and then just live there, and that will be the end of this series. Man, that was a nice short series. I really enjoyed it.
We're already done? Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you.
Thank you very much. Well, also, by the way, happy 2023.
Oh, may it be better than every other year we've come across so far.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like, I don't know about you, but I think it was since 2018. Every year since then was like, please let this be better than last year. And it just gets worse.
I think you're right. About that time is just, we just wish, please let it not suck as hard. And it's been, well, heck you, it's worse than last time.
Yeah, every New Year is like, doing the hold my beer thing. And,
yes.
Oh, man. Let me see. So, for those of you who actually are out there listening, this is Sunshine Sunday. We're going to be doing this as often as we can. It's going to be on Sunday.
Yes.
All we're going to do is we're just going to hang out with you guys. We're going to talk. We're going to have fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Sundays are for hanging out.
That's right. Sundays are definitely hangable.
They're for hanging out and relaxing and most decidedly not working.
No, well, I don't know about you, but it almost seems like, and tell me if I'm wrong about this, but it almost seems like Sunday has this sort of traditional ritualistic laziness to it. It's kind of like supposed to be that way, right?
Well, yeah, but that's because you know that Monday is coming, so you just try to get as much nothing done as you can, get it in before the weekend's over.
You're just storing up your reserves from Monday because,
It's like a little mini winter every week where you have to hibernate in preparation for, the coming month.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter
or in this case, the coming week.
It doesn't matter what season it's in. If it's Sunday, then it's like a snow day. It's like, no, nothing. I'm not doing anything.
I am not leaving the house.
Yeah. The only reason that you would leave the house, okay, here's I do have one legitimate excuse for leaving the house on Sunday, and I think it's legit. But
okay.
I'm gonna have to ask you and everybody else, because I don't know. This is just mine. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't necessarily like sports, but I do. If you're gonna go out, have some beers, and watch football, then that's a legal excuse. That's a legal excuse to leave the house on Sunday.
Well, I mean, that's a good excuse, but I'd prefer to watch football from my couch.
Just at home. Well, that's best, of course, yeah. Just inviting some friends over and just chilling.
Go get the beers, do the beer run, and then watch from the couch.
Why? Well, I'm not good at this today, and I don't know why not. That passed right by me, and I completely missed it.
Oh, it's okay. There's enough.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll get it. I'll get back in practice here. Hi, Curly. How you doing? Hey, Curly, if you like see any shrimp down there, like bring us up a few, because shrimp is awesome.
If you see any of them, they're scrimp.
Scrimp. See them scrampers, bring it on upstairs the raft. That is by the way, that is the weirdest. Well, I don't want to say weirdest, but I'm gonna say it's the most elusive accent, at least to me. Is that that New England and that New England like mariner type of accent? That is so hard to do.
I wouldn't even know what to peg it at, because as a mariner type of accent or what have you, I have no idea what that is.
Well, I mean, half of it, it's talking about recreating it. Half of it's hard to even understand. I mean, I don't understand half of what they're saying.
Like the Scottish.
Oh yeah.
I don't think the Scottish can understand the Scottish.
Well, see, when the Scottish are like talking and they know they're talking to, other people not from their country, then you can understand them. But when you hear Scottish people talking to other Scottish people, then no, you can't understand them anymore. It's like a different language entirely.
Yeah, that would be especially bad for me. I've got a particularly bad like auditory processing. So people will say like completely valid syllables at me, and I'll have to ask them to repeat themselves very slowly.
It's like, do that some more. Well,
one more time, please.
So, all right. Question for you, and I'm sure this has been tossed out there already by many people, and I'm sure it's been squabbled over on Twitter and social media forever at this point. But
I wouldn't know.
Well, it has. What do you think about New Year's resolutions?
Okay. I think that they are fantastic because on the one hand, you could look at it like, I think, most people would say that you shouldn't need a specific date to want to better yourself. You should be doing that all the time.
Well, yeah.
But I think that it is much easier to have something to latch onto, such as, well, it's now New Year's and I'm going to try something new. So I think if it's your bag, I think it's fantastic and you should totally go for it.
I actually had... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just, if it's not your bag, if you don't believe in it, then by all means, you continue on your merry way. Just don't hate people for doing it, you know what I mean?
I think that there should be some, I don't know, I don't want to call them rules, but sort of like rules, yeah, for making a New Year's resolution. And I think one of those rules is that it should be something that is actually achievable. Because
yes,
I know a lot of people and they set these, here's my New Year's resolution, I'm gonna... never in my life, blah, blah. Something that, I mean, sure, it's possible, but not very likely.
Well, if it's a never or always thing, then you immediately lose.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's the end of that. But I think it's helpful for people to actually do something, make a resolution that they can accomplish. Because otherwise, if you can't, then... you're going to make resolutions a few times, and then you're going to give up on doing it forever, because you're going to be like, well, I can never do that.
Yeah. You got to give yourself, well, it's like anything, really. You got to do it in baby steps.
Yeah.
Because if you set yourself this lofty goal and then you don't achieve it, then a lot of people tend to be like, well, I guess I'm just never going to succeed at anything.
Well, yeah, and I mean, so yeah, you have to make it somewhat, attainable. Mm-hmm. So, those little, and I don't know, I think the best idea for a resolution is to make a resolution for something that you want to do, that you can do, but that maybe you keep forgetting to do, or you procrastinate doing. And that way, if you make it a resolution, then it's a little bit more, in your head. I don't know.
Right. It's also easier to, I find that it's easier to frame it in within a goal that doesn't have to take an entire year to do. So, like, if some people excuse me, if I could speak normally.
Did you rent that tongue?
I might have. I forget where I got it.
Oh God, that's bad.
Yeah, I just know that it wasn't dirty, so there was that going for it.
I was about to say, please tell me you didn't pick it up at like a gas station or something, because
No,
who knows where it's been.
I forget. But no, saying it's a common New Year's resolution to say that you're going to go to a gym, start going to the gym more often, and you'll buy a subscription to whatever gym. And then those are usually the most frequently abandoned New Year's resolutions as well. But
yeah.
I think that if you were to do that, if you set yourself a goal of saying, you know, I want to lose 20 pounds, then that's much more achievable, because once you hit that 20 pounds lost, and that's what you're aiming for, then you can say that you've succeeded. And whether or not you want to continue is, I feel like it's less of a failure if you don't continue at that point.
Yeah. Well, and that makes sense. Well, I don't know. I've been trying to think of a New Year's resolution for this year, but I don't know. It's hard for me to come up with New Year's resolutions because I am so perfect. You know, it's just I'm trying to think of a way I can improve upon myself.
Oh, you know, when you put it that way, that is a very difficult thing to do, and for shame on me for forgetting that I am basking in your brilliance.
Well, of course.
With every waking moment.
I do think that's, I mean, honestly though, to be perfectly honest, I think that should be something that people do more often. When you think about it, we have New Year's resolutions, and that's okay, great, wonderful, tradition. And it's like, okay, this is how I can ultimately make myself better. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make yourself better. That's good. But if you notice, we don't ever have a day or a period or a tradition where we actually celebrate what we actually are, the good things that we do already. You know, we're always trying to get better, but we never look back at what we've accomplished. Or am I don't know, am I wrong about that?
I wouldn't say that you're entirely wrong. I get what you're saying, but we do have a few holidays or events that we do tend to memorialize. Like Memorial Day, for example. But a lot of that is rooted in our this country's military.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, we don't. I mean, there's not really a, praise me day. That doesn't happen. There's not a congratulations for me, being who I am day. We don't really have those. We kind of had we have a lot of what I'd like to be days, and
I never really thought of it that way.
And we also appreciate what other people are. We have those days. But we don't really have a day where it's like, hey, I'm not so bad either. I don't know if it would be helpful to have a day like that, but I don't know. I always think it's good to, think of yourself sometimes and actually appreciate who you are and what you are.
Right. Well, I know for a while there seemed to be a growing trend of really supporting your own, pumping yourself up and your own well-being, especially on your own birthday. There's what was it? Someone said one time, there's 365 days in the year, and out of all of them, this one is mine.
Yeah.
So I know for a while that was a trend of going out and treating yourself and just kind of not really caring who, or not letting anyone judge you for it. It's your birthday.
Oh, and I know people who take advantage of that. Some people it's like, yeah, it's my birthday. Okay, thank you very much. But then I know some people it's like, no, this is my birthday. Okay, the entire day is mine. Praise me as a god. Yeah. Well, hey, nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you're gonna have one day a year, why not?
Right. Absolutely.
I cannot find in the plans here. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Yes, I can. Oh, and I don't have
I found it.
Never mind. Wow. I just thought that up. Or did you do that?
That was your amazing glory manifesting into reality again.
I'm going to fill that with food. There we go.
Speaking of food, I think we need a grill as well.
That's what I was going to work on, but I don't have the rope. I need some rope, and then I can make one.
Oh, God. Well, speaking of, I have a grill here because I just made it because I've been doing nothing but gathering stuff, detritus floating on the ocean, and I realized that I had many palm fronds.
Well, see, you and me, it's like we just got together and we automatically started working on things that are going to help each other out, which is good.
Kind of, yeah. There's a few basic necessities for human life to live.
Well, I just like it when, I don't know, it seems to me like that doesn't happen as often as it used to, although I don't know. This one, I really don't know if it's just me perceiving it that way, or if it seems like people kind of seem to need to work, they should work together more than they, I guess, have been.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I personally willingly live a hermit lifestyle, and I very rarely poke my head up above ground. So it's hard for me to pass very much judgment on that. But it certainly does seem like the sheer level of anonymity that people in general just kind of get from day to day with the way that our communications have evolved. There's a level of anonymity that people just tend to hide behind, and I don't know. It kind of it's hard to really to say, but it doesn't seem like people tend to work together in the larger reality.
Well, I guess I don't know. I think obviously I like the internet. I like a lot of what it's done for the planet, for communications. But I also think it's done some things that aren't so good sometimes, in that it's a lot easier to see the whole world now. I mean...
Yeah, it became a lot smaller.
I mean, I know, and when I say, like, younger people, I don't mean, like, 20s and teens. Because at this point, I'm getting kind of old, so when I say younger people, I mean, like, people who are 30 and 40,
Oh, okay, so I still count.
Used to count. I do remember when, there was a time when if you wanted to talk to somebody, say, from Germany or Canada or anywhere else, in the world.
Right.
Unless you knew somebody, like knew a phone number and wanted to pay really high prices for long distance, then you really weren't going to talk to anybody else.
Right.
But now it's one of those things where if you want to talk to somebody that lives in, I don't know, any country that speaks a language that you speak, I mean, in 5 minutes, you can find a chat room and go and start talking to them and be like, hey, guys. So it's kind of brought the world together in a way. But unfortunately, what people seem to want to do with that is like, oh, hi, we can talk to each other now. Yeah, isn't this amazing? Yes, it is. And after about a couple of years of that, we all started fighting, which is like, why? Why? See, I mean, I guess, I don't know. Maybe there's some reason that people have for that, but every now and then, and I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, every now and then, I just want to chill and get along with people.
I try my best. It generally takes a lot to kind of upset or offend me, and that's that sort of thing, honestly, no matter who you're talking to, that's a personal choice.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I try not to let things bother me so much, and actually it's something that my partner shares, in that she and I, we don't hold grudges very well, and it's because we think that it's just a lot of work, and for what?
Well, and it's far too much work. Not only is it a lot of work, but it's a lot of work that keeps you kind of in a bad mood. It keeps you feeling bad. So it's like you're working really hard to feel not good. And something about that, I guess, we feel accomplished for. I don't know really how, but we do. I don't know. But I can get the idea of wanting to argue sometimes because people, we like to feel right. We like to be morally correct, and when we can actually prove that to somebody else, then we're gonna try to do that. But sometimes you just want to back off and just be like, okay, you know what? Why can't I find a reason to get along with people instead of not, to not?
Yeah, I would rather enjoy an intelligent discussion with respectful disagreements. But if something turns into something we're gonna fight about, then I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's not. Well, I mean, maybe that would be a good New Year's resolution, because this is something that I've noticed.
That's actually that's a good idea.
What happened? Well, I mean, I've thought about this before. It's like when I was growing up. Whoa.
Whoops. Sorry.
It's okay. We gotta go and say hi to Curly down there. When I was growing up, I guess the moral of the story, the golden rule, we had all these, things that the parents would try to teach us.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, they always tried to teach us specifically to take the things that you don't agree with about a person or that you don't like about a person and throw those things away. Focus on the things that you agree with and you like about someone and go with that. And I hate to say, but since then, like now, it seems like it's completely flipped. It's almost like
kind of has, yeah.
Anything good or agreeable or positive about you, people try to throw away so they can focus on the negative things, the things they don't like, and the things that that they can be upset about. And
it's that particular aspect of I don't even know if this is what they call cancel culture, but it's that particular aspect where you find that you discover this one thing that somebody does that you don't like, therefore everything that they've ever done is now garbage.
Bad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that does happen.
I don't agree with that. That's too. Things cannot be that black and white. There's no way that can work for you.
Well, that, and I mean, when you look at it in another way, it's also a snake eating its own tail, because you are never going to find anybody in the world who's never made a mistake. Somebody is always going to have that one thing that people could decide to hate. But I don't know. I guess my argument against that is, sure, maybe people would rather do the cancel culture thing, but I guess my point on that is that that hurts yourself. I mean, it doesn't feel good.
No, absolutely not. It hurts everyone involved.
Well, I think eventually anybody who's doing that, like just trying to judge and trying to be negative, I think they're going to get tired. I really think they're going to get exhausted of that. And I don't know.
So.
Maybe maybe it would be a good New Year's resolution to say, hey, why don't I look at people positively, at least as positively as I can? I mean, obviously there are some exceptions. If you run into somebody who's like gone out and, I don't know, murdered 5 people, maybe you don't have to try and find, there's that. But if somebody, I don't know, if somebody said something that you don't like, or if they enjoy a song that you don't like, or maybe they have a political idea that you don't like, that's something that you can shove aside. It's so amazing that, people are made of a million things.
Mm-hmm.
And half of those things, and probably, I mean, most, even more than that, you're already going to like. You literally, you have to actually try to find things to dislike about people. And
right, exactly.
if you
It's
don't,
like, are you a human being? We have something in common.
yes. I mean, we could talk about I'm sure we like some similar colors, similar foods, similar, things in life. And I guess, oh wow. I think this is a really good game for that exact concept because we kind of have to get along.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this should just be a show about getting along and how it's valuable,
Be like, nope, I don't like this raft anymore. Yeet.
It's like, bye. It's like, oh, did you jump off?
Yes, I did.
Oh, God. Don't do that. I need you. Oh.
I can't do this myself. And that's something that I don't think people realize often enough, is that you probably can't do everything that you're trying to do yourself.
No, that's true.
Now, I totally dig the idea of self-sufficiency in, no matter how broadly or narrowly you want to look at that in scope. But when it comes down to it, really, there's just only so much you can do by yourself.
This is a fact. And I mean, you can get used to a life where the things that you do are focused just on things you can do by yourself. But, there's a lot to life if you actually can do some things that require more than one person. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of team building or exercises, especially like a good example is if you watch any kind of military basic training exercises.
Yeah,
and that's really trying to drill in the idea that you have to work as a team in order to get whatever the goal is. That goal might be meaningless and absolutely meant to degrade you in the scope of the training, but you can't get that goal done by yourself.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, as I guess I always do. Oh, hey, you got a package. As I always do, I'm going to try my best to look forward positively.
Yeah, it's like, the people that you come across every day, in person, just walking down the sidewalk or whatever. There's a reason. You don't know that person that you just passed, but there was a reason that you just passed them, and there are positive things to think about why you got the opportunity to do that.
Yeah. I mean, all the time. Yeah, well, I was saying this. Yeah, it's like, a million things. I mean, let's just say on average, not literally a million things, but a million things happen every day, and how you go forward, I guess, with your life and your perception is which ones you focus on. If you focus on the positive things or if you focus on the negative things. And I think right now, a lot of people they're focusing on more negative than positive. It seems like it. I don't know if I'm right about that, but it just seems like it.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, but at the same time, I think that the world at large is a whole lot more stressful than it used to be.
It is. It really is.
So it's not entirely the fault of everyone just being upset. Because, there is a lot more crap that has to be dealt with.
Well, I propose a thing.
Oh, I am interested in things.
Well, I'm interested in things too. There's another thing we have in common. Let's make this, our existence in this game, this world. Let's make it about positivity. Let's make it about searching for positivity, finding it even when it's hard to find. I mean,
yeah, there's not a whole lot positive about this situation, is there?
No, not really. I mean, when you look at it, But, I mean, it's not a challenge to find something positive when everything around you is positive. But it is sometimes when, things aren't positive.
It's true. That's, yeah.
By the way, I'm just cooking fish because because I'm not full, but you can have fish if you're getting hungry.
That is quite okay. I have been harvesting the potates.
Oh, you've been potating.
Yes.
Well, you know what else I like? I like potatoes. They're good.
I like me some vegetables.
Potatoes are the only food that are still good after you mash them. I mean, think about it. Whenever have you had another food that was mashed and was still good? Have you ever had mashed chicken? No, because it's not good. Mashed potatoes, they're good.
I don't know, though. Mashed chicken might be. Depends on when and how it was mashed. Because, mashed by my teeth is still tasty.